Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to this amazing sunset safari from the middle of the Kruger National Park, well, the western fringes thereof. 8.5 million acres of untrammeled wildlife wilderness that we're going to explore with you. You are live in the middle of the African wilderness, and this is Safari Live.
Ready.
Standing by.
Five, four, three, two, one. You are live, you are live.
And a totally different scene now, as I'm now driving the car. Isn't that miraculous? We're heading now down towards the Mulwati drainage line. My name is James Hendry. On camera today is Panda. He is helping me again. He is dressed very nicely. Like I said to you yesterday, we're getting rid of the hipster slowly. He has got a normal t-shirt on, a normal hat. Unfortunately, he has a... There we go. And I'd put him at roughly, I don't know, he's less than a year old. He's probably about 6 to 8 months old. In fact, maybe even less. No, let's call him 6 to 8 months. Their horns erupt quite early. And he's not much smaller than a fully grown cow. And obviously relieving himself because I am watching him. That is what happens with me. It's quite uncanny. And just a lovely little last bit of green as he moves. There's another one there, and there's a single male impala that was with him. It still is with him. It's just in this sort of thick bush. And the reason it's with them, of course, is for security.
Welcome to the Sunset Safari. My name is Brent. I have Brian Joubert, and to commemorate the tallest camera presenter operation team is the tallest thumb to date, and it was also a special request from one of our viewers. So there we go, the tall giraffe thumb running across your screen at the moment. And of course, sometimes Brian and I are known together as the killer bees because we find all the animals. Oh, I didn't catch that. Let's do that. And now we're actually looking for lions. There we go. Tudor Ann, age 4, was asking for the giraffe thumb. Tudor Ann, I hope you're watching. Quickly, the giraffe's coming back, Tudor Ann. There it is, there it is. Oh, it's gonna run away, and it's gone. There we go, Tudor Ann. The giraffe thumb. So there were lions all over the place this morning. And Jamie mentioned she saw tracks of a lioness and cubs coming into this area, so we're just going very slowly, checking through here, seeing if there are any tracks that come out of this block. Now, of course, what an exciting morning. Wild dogs, shadow. I, unfortunately, found one cricket and one set of cruiser tracks. When I say one cricket, I literally mean one cricket. And we did have to move out of the area walking in. There were lots of elephants and they were not in a good mood. So we decided discretion is the better part of valor and moved off. We have popped the camera trap up again on a different game path, so very exciting. I think I'm going to leave it for 5 days. Maybe that's a bit too long because the last time, for 3 nights, we got over 1,000 files to sort through. So maybe we should think about, maybe leave it for 3 nights again. Busy, just carefully looking for lion tracks at the moment. A wonderful little green flash. It's really harsh light today, as you'll see. Very, very sort of almost like a whiteout, and the dust has now started rising from after the rain and starting to reflect. Oh, yay! Some of my favorite little critters. We might have to talk to them to get them to come out and speak to us, but they're normally, this little business is normally quite good at that. There he is. Hello, little one. Now, these guys will still be here in a few seconds, but what James has might not be. So let's go to probably one of the dwarf mongoose's biggest fears in the world.
That's a very good way of putting it, actually. That is one of the dwarf mongoose's greatest fears, a martial eagle. And as I said that, you can hear some squirrels starting to alarm call at him. He's a truly impressive bird, that, isn't he? Now that martial eagle, that's M-A-R-T-I-A-L, as in military, as opposed to, I don't know, martial, what else would you describe it? Somebody who helps you when you're running. That martial eagle is the biggest eagle that we get here. So it's probably about almost 3 feet tall, has a wingspan of well over 6 feet. That one looks a little bit old. Only because its neck looks so skinny, but I think it's because it's sticking its neck up. You don't want to be caught by a bird like that if you happen to be a squirrel. And I don't know if we can see, I mean, you might be able to get an idea there of the massive talons it has. Now those talons and the tarsal muscles that sort of are able to help it close the talons are extremely powerful. It will drill a hole right through small prey's skull. So be able to crush the skull of something like a scrub hare. I must say, I think that's a pretty skinny looking bird, to be honest. Doesn't look nearly as well muscled as some of them. Which is odd. Can't see the squirrel that's alarm calling at it. And if you're a squirrel going about your business during the day and you know, you found yourself a nice tree to sit in and to forage in today, if that thing comes and sits in the tree next to you, it rather ruins your day, I imagine. This is an amazing sighting, people. We don't see this all the time. I mean, that really is nice. Aaron, you want to know how much bigger than a fish eagle that martial eagle is? Well, I'll give you the dimensions exactly. I don't remember them offhand. I'll just quickly check them up on the app. No sexual dimorphism whatsoever. This is unbelievable that we've got this close to it. Isn't that amazing? Now you get a kind of appreciation of its size, everyone. That's a wonderful bird. There we go. Isn't that impressive? With the feathers? Look at those talons. Oh, he's going to have a... There he goes. Watch this, everybody. I thought for a minute there he was going to relieve himself. Looking. Spotted something he might want to eat. Ooh. Look at that. That's an angry face. Ooh-wee. Isn't that amazing? This is fantastic. This truly is an unbelievable sighting. Now, that head bobbing, yes, it is looking. Oh, look at that. Look. Oh, wow. Isn't that beautiful? Huh. Stunning. Well done, Panda. Good sighting for the day. Let's carry on.
Hello, big boy. Let's try to find a spot where we can get a better visual. Yeah, awesome. Ooh. Attack of the aerial. I can see one cub. There could be a few more. Oh no, there's cubs everywhere. Suddenly spotted them here, down near the Birmingham boy. Hello, little. So there's 3 cubs here that I can see. 2 lionesses, 1 male. There we go, they're the 2 lionesses. The 3rd cub is just to the left in the bush there. You can just see him behind there. Okay, now I know where everyone is. Now I can plan my parking a bit better. Oh, and another male lion. So there's 2 Birminghams. Didn't see him earlier. You got him, Brian? Let me just go forward maybe. Behind, in the straight line from the other one, sort of there. There you go, there's a 2nd male. A very flat cat. Okay, let's just see. I think we're going to be able to sneak through this little gap here. Should give us a better view of some of the littlies. How's that, Brian? Not too bad. The other 2 aren't in the best position, but these ones are. I'm just making sure that I haven't missed any other lions about, so I'm just checking. We've got 2 males, 3 cubs, 2 females. Now, I know Jamie had a single lioness who was off. Oh, listen, they're calling the cubs. Mom, Mom. So Jerry Connor is wondering, is the infant survival rate of prey species better than predators? There are the cubs there. Probably not that much better. Hello. Now, there's just more of them. But yeah, I'd probably say it is probably a little bit better. Well, it looks like they're coming to investigate us. They're sneaking in behind us, those 2. Hopefully they come up to Mom. No. That looks like a good spot to have a snooze. What are you up to? Are you going to stalk your sibling, or are you going to have a snooze as well? Or are you going to stalk Mom and Aunt? I think I see a bit of mischief in that one. Yes, definitely. I see a bit of mischief coming our way. Oh, they are just too precious. Yes, that's a thorn tree. Oh, we're going back to stalking siblings rather than mom or aunt, because siblings not watching. Oh, well, I'm still on a thorn. And gave my position away. And attack. Very half-hearted attack that was. Just sit on you, I'll sit on you. Oh, big yawn. They are just too wonderful. Well, they're definitely looking like they have eaten. Again, since the buffalo. What? Difficult to say. Some of the female, the mom looks a bit fatter than the others. I think that's a good look. The Birmingham's one Birmingham looks quite full, the other not so much. There you can see mom's quite rotund. So she's had a good feed recently. And then the other lioness looks like she's fed, but not too much. Oh, here we go. Mischief's on the move again. Brian is watching you. Oh, you're going towards the male. You're feeling very brave. I wonder if you're going to get growled at. No, lying down. Oh, second cub's up and moving back towards the two females. That's going into stalk mode. Look at that, crouching lower. What's it stalking? Stalking mom's tail or stalking a sibling? Sibling. Decided to take a break from stalking, but it's too strenuous. Let's see, are we going to stalk again? Decisions. Okay, now we're going to stalk mom's tail instead. No, we're still a sibling. Are we going to use mom as cover? That's the question, yes. Let's use mom as a bush. And patience. Lie down and wait again. Hi, Valeria. Valeria is wondering what my take on the injured cub is. I haven't seen it yet, Valeria, so I'm not going to comment until I see it. I think that might be it, but that cub hasn't moved since we've arrived here. Well, these are incredibly hardy animals, but as you know, around a carcass or a kill, there's always a possibility they can get injured. A swat from a male, getting in between a fight of an adult, between an adult's fight, is very easily injured in those situations. But I've seen them come back from some incredible injuries, even little ones. But I haven't seen the injured cub up and about. These two cubs, I'm presuming, are not the injured one. I'm presuming it's the one sitting by itself off to the left. Oh, yeah, elephant upset about something. All right, the second lioness also looks relatively well fed now that she rolls over for us. Little growls. It's amazing how quickly their little growls become quite big growls. Who's the king of the castle? Belly flop off. There's Mom. You can hear them growling and playing behind. Liz is wondering, do male cubs tend to be shaggier around the neck and chest area? They do. Liz, not a big yawn. But at this age, not yet. Oh, there's a little bit of movement happening. Sometimes the cubs might cause the female to get up and move just from irritating it and playing who's the king of Mom. With those sharp little claws, we'll dig into her. Oh, what has she seen or heard? She's only had a very focused look. Now, MG is wondering what happens first. Do the cubs stop suckling or does Mom stop lactating? Mom stops lactating first. Oh, let's have a look at what's happening at the other two. I just want to see if that is the injured cub. I might get a bit upset. So far it looks okay. It's difficult to say. Without having seen that cub stand up or move, I can't comment just yet. Oh, sorry about that. Brian's having a party.
I am indeed.
See, the little one's playing back, so it might be okay. As I said, till it gets up and moves, I can't really comment. See, I just want to see if that little cub gets up and moves at any time to see actually that injury. I haven't seen the injury, I said, but you see, there we go. It hasn't got up, but it is playing still. And it doesn't look in too bad a condition. And then, I mean, sometimes wounds that look completely ghastly are not as serious as if it had happened to us. But of course, it is a bit, just because I know there's an injured cub, it's a bit worrying that it hasn't stood up and moved and come to play with Mom and the other cubs. The other cubs have gone to it, but we can't really tell just yet. Oh, sweetness. Closing her eyes to keep those claws out while trying to give a bath. And any of you parents at home thought it was hard to give a human baby a bath. At least they're not equipped with razor-sharp teeth and needle-like claws. It is getting a bit dark. We can stay a few more minutes. Let the camera work its magic. We don't have to put lights on. And of course, there are 2 male lions here, which makes this whole scenario a much safer thing. No hyena in its right suspecting mind would approach lions when there's males around. Oh, it's time for dinner. Mom, Mom's like, no, you've had enough, and those teeth are too sharp. Wow, my mom, why? Wow. But I'm hungry. Proper whinger. Okay, there we go. Okay. No, I don't think. Oh, there we go. I can see the limp. I don't think it's that bad. I mean, you can see it's obviously sore, but it's playing. And now feeding. I don't think that injury is too bad. We're going to move our way out of the lines, let them continue on their nightly endeavors without us. And while we do that, it sounds like James is back out on the road with some pachyderms.
We're having amazing elephant sighting here, everybody. Sorry we've been down. We've kind of cobbled together the antenna. It's back up, and we just popped around here, around the Gallagher waterhole, and these elephants have been fantastic. That's the mother. She's quite old, I think. As you can see, her tusks are very worn, and that last tusk there on the left-hand side that you've just seen has kind of broken and worn down. Then there is her youngster, and that youngster was no more than 1 foot from the vehicle. It was just astounding. Wonderful, wonderful sighting. Anyway, we're just watching them in the light here, and we're not going to put a light on them, so if it does get a bit dark, sorry about that, but we don't want to give them a fright. So I'll just allow the final control to tell me when you can't see them anymore. On my monitor they look okay. And there's quite a pregnant cow there. That's a very pregnant cow. See how fat her belly is? And you notice, noticeably fatter than the cow that we were looking at, the older one with her withered tusks. she's definitely pregnant. Very difficult times for her trying to get enough to eat. These elephants are starting to wear it as a result of this drought. They're all getting in on the act now. It's like the sort of fairly unskilled brass section in an orchestra. Just everybody blowing on their brass instruments at once. Stunning. So peaceful to watch elephants, especially in this kind of light. This is my favorite part of the day, I think. Just after the sun's gone down. There really is a real sense of peace. There's another few elephant behind us. Those ones have gone a little bit further away. So what I'm going to do is just roll back and swing the wheel. And with any luck, we will be able to see them nicely. No. Oh, it's not swinging. It is revving rather high, which is disturbing as well. There we go. A whole lot more coming behind us. Now they, of course, will have to feed for most of the night, especially the bigger ones. The little ones will lie down at some stage and go to sleep for a few hours at a time. The other thing I must just say, because we're down in a bit of a dip here and going down towards a depression, and the air is therefore hanging in this area, we can smell these elephants. And they smell like sweet leather. Just a little bit nervous of being left behind. Tail out. Power walking. Let's move slowly down the slope here. You might get one last view of them. Wonderful. Well done, Kanda. Oh, it's such a wonderful smell, everyone. It just is so special. Especially mixed in with a bit of wood fire from the camp. We're quite very close to the camps. With the little one just listening to us. He's watching us quite carefully. Following Mum. We move a little bit further down the road. Another nice young bull right in front of us there. There we go. This camera is really very clever because that's very dark to my naked eye. Oh, sorry. I'm going to ask you to try and get a shot of that moon. Just the sliver of moon there. Ah, look at that, with Jupiter hanging below it. Stunning. There we are. Isn't that nice? Zoe, great question from you. You say you've noticed the light starting to fade a little bit earlier every night in your part of the world. I'm going to assume, therefore, that you're in the United States or perhaps Northern Europe. And you say, is it getting lighter here? Yes, it absolutely is, Zoe. Although we are most certainly closer to the equator than you are, and therefore the changes are going to be less marked than they are where you are, they are certainly... the days are getting slightly longer every day. And, you know, when I went on leave, we had to use the spotlight for at least sort of half an hour to 40 minutes before the end of drive. Now we're just 8 minutes before the end of drive, and I suppose it's now kind of time for me to turn the lights on and the spotlight. So yes, making a big difference. And I think probably in about 2 or 3 weeks, we will change the drives. Because it's nice to have a little bit of nighttime at the end of the drive. About half an hour, 25 minutes, half an hour is a good time. Not sure why, I think there's going to be something around the corner here, I just do. As Rebecca says, keep the faith, yes, quite. Nope, nothing down here. All right, well, we're going to drive up onto the dam wall and bid you a fond farewell. Of course, we will be seeing you tomorrow at 06:30 in the morning. That too will change sometime in the next 2 or 3 weeks. Thank you very much for joining us. I'm sorry about the frustrations that there have been with the signal and the aerial. We'll hopefully fix that during the course of the night and be back up and running, possibly 3 of us tomorrow morning. Until then, stay safe and happy, and I'll hand you over to Brent for the last little while.
We're trying to get you an Inyala silhouette for the end of drive. And I can just make him out. I was hoping he's going to keep walking through. There he is. Into a gap between the trees. It could be a spectacular screenshot. He's decided to keep still. Oh, we're going to wait for him. I think he's going to walk. Nice big male Inyala. There we go. He's on the move. Is he going to give you the Inyala silhouette we were looking for? No, don't walk there. There's trees. Oh, not quite, but worth a try. There we go. Actually, oh yes, that's not too bad. Maybe if we move a little bit higher, we might be able to get a better silhouette. Maybe we can silhouette something else in this glorious African sunset. Brian and I are now on a silhouette mission. What can we silhouette next, Brian? I think we can silhouette a tree. I was going to say, it's probably the only one we're going to get right. Yes. Unfortunately, there's no giraffe to silhouette against this magnificent sky. But it is just magnificent. Let's just take a moment to enjoy that. It is absolutely beautiful. And it definitely does give me a feeling of joy when looking upon that. And we can hear a Scops owlet calling. And some cicadas calling due to that little bit of rain we had. Absolutely stunning. Half hoping to hear those Birmingham boys start with their deep roar. Of course, that was not a Birmingham boy, that was me and my lion imitation. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like they're listening. I don't think I've got quite the depth of roar that is needed to entice the males into roaring back. But again, it's been fantastic having you on the back of the vehicle with us. We do apologize for the technical difficulties and minor gremlin problems we had today. But from the killer bees, it's been great. And the tallest thumb in the world, the giraffe thumb. There we go. So we'll see you in a few short hours for the sunrise safari. Bon nuit.